Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply different filters like inverted filter, grayscale filter or SepiaMatrix to any video in React Native's new architecture for Android using the Media 3 transformer library. So first of all I will show you the output. So here I have one button called pick video. If I click on it, it opens the settings app. Now the settings app, inside the settings app we require a permission called manage external storage permission. Now this permission is not for picking videos from your videos library, it is for saving file to external storage. So once I have applied some filter to a video, I want that video to be saved, the transformed video to be saved to external storage. That's why we need this particular permission. This is a new thing in newer Android devices. For older Android devices we had read write external storage permission, and I have also covered that inside this particular tutorial, so don't worry about it. Now I will the user will have to scroll to our app. So this is our app. Now the user will have to manually give us the permission. We can't do this programmatically. So once I give this permission, if I go back, here you can see the video picker is automatically opened. Now I have this one video, and for this particular video I am applying this inverted filter. If I click on this video, first of all it will start playing the initial, that like the original video. Now there is one bug like which I couldn't really figure it out. Like if I click on this video, here you can see I'm not able to see the play, pause, the seek bar, those kind of buttons. Now this is a React Native bug. Same code I am using on Flutter as well as native Android side. It works perfectly fine. I did find one solution to it, like it is a layout issue, like a re-layout issue, but it results in some other bug, so that's why I haven't applied it, but I'll show you what solution I found. But again, don't use it. That's what I will say. If you have a better solution than me, do let me know in the comments. But here is the original video. If I click on convert, here you can see the progress bar has been displayed. So this is the progress bar. Now the conversion happens on a background thread, so don't worry about UI jank or such. And also inside my logcat I'm displaying the progress of how much progress has happened. So the 2 which you see at the very start is a progress state, don't worry about it. But the second value which you see, like 50, 51, 61, that's how much progress has happened. Now once this is complete, it won't be able to reach till 100 because I have added a 500 milliseconds delay. So as you can see, it only reached till 98, but here you can see in the output the inverted filter has been applied. But over here you can see that the state has been changed. So even if this doesn't reach till 100, you can check for this particular state, which I will also show you shortly. So later on at the end of the video I will also show you grayscale filter and the SepiaMatrix as well. The reason why I'm not showing it to you, because every time you change any kind of native code you have to run code generation command again. That's why I'm not showing it now. But if you want, you can just like go to the end of the video if you want to see the output. So first what you will have to do is you will have to keep 2 documentation handy. One is this turbo module. Also one more thing, if I click on pick video again, here you can see now there are 2 videos. So the one inverted filter video is also saved to my external storage. Okay. Now you will have to keep 2 documentation handy. One is turbo module and one is fabric native components. So fabric native components will help us to display the video player, the convert button, progress bar, and the output video as well. And this turbo modules I am using because I want to make use of manage external storage permission. That is not supported either by permissions Android or React Native permissions library. That's why I have to create my own turbo module. So let's get started. So first we will be using the turbo module. So for that, create a folder called rtnmypermission. Inside that I have created a package.json file, and again I have copy pasted everything from docs. Only this name changes, this changes, this changes, and this changes. Everything else remains the same. Then I have created a podspec file. Again I have copy pasted it from docs, and this name changes, everything else remains the same. Then I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs. I have added 2 methods. One, to check whether user is using above Android queue or not. If yes, then only we call this manage external storage permission. Otherwise we call read write external storage permission. And this name I have changed, everything is copied from docs. Then I have created this Android folder. Inside that I have created build.gradle file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs. Only this version number I have upgraded. Compile HDK is 34. I have added apply Kotlin Android. This name has been changed, and here I am using Kotlin standard lib. Then create all this folder src main java com rt and my permission. So first here I have created my permission package.kt. Again I have copy pasted all this from docs. Only this names has been changed. So my permission package, my permission module, over all these places have been changed. Everything else remains the same. Next I have created my permission module.kt, and firstly it extends the activity event listener, and we are listening for it inside the init state. So here I have overridden this method, and here I am checking whether it is above Android queue or not. And this is how you request for manage external storage permission. So here I have created one helper method just to check it. If we don't have it, we are launching the settings app over here and starting activity for result. And here we are listening for on activity result, and if the request code is equal to 10, and if we have that permission, then only I am sending back true, otherwise I am sending back false. Next is, so that's it for our turbo modules. We will apply code generation to this turbo module later on. Then you will have to come to this fabric module documentation, and firstly create a folder called rtnmyplayer. Inside that create package.json file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs. Only this name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Next create a js folder. Inside that create a typescript file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs. Only I have changed the prop to URL, because once we get the URL we'll send it back to this particular component, and this name has been changed. Next create an Android. Inside that create build.gradle file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs, and I have updated this version to 8.3.0. Here I have applied Kotlin Android. Compile HDK version is 34, min HDK is 24, and target HDK is 34 as well. Then I have added Kotlin standard lib of 1.9.22. Then here I have added this lifecycle runtime, because I want to make use of Kotlin coroutines. This exoplayer UI and exoplayer HLS are for playing the video. Common effect and transformer are for doing any kind of video transformation. In our case we are applying filters. Then go to src main java com rt and myplayer. First we have to create this myplayer package.kt, and the first thing which you will notice is we are using this unstable API. This is because of media 3 transformer. This myplayer package references myplayer manager. MyPlayer manager references this myplayer.kt file, which has this media 3 transformer libraries, and they are unstable at the point of this at the point of me recording it, but by the time you watch it they will become stable. So here again I have copy pasted rest of the code from documentation. Only this name has been changed and this has been changed. So here I have created myplayer manager.kt. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs. Only this names has been changed. So here I am using myplayer over here, myplayer as well, and here also I am referencing our myplayer file. So once we get the URL prop, we are calling the init input player, which method present inside myplayer, which I will show you shortly. So go to myplayer.kt. Firstly there are a lot of imports, so you can just copy paste all these imports which I have. Then here we are extending linear layout, lifecycle event listener, transformer.listener, and lifecycle owner. Lifecycle event listener because I want to keep track of on, pause, and on destroy, and transformer.listener because once the transformation is completed, we get two callbacks, like it can be either on completed or on error. So if it is successful on completed will get called. And lifecycle owner because I want to make use of coroutines, and given that we are using lifecycle owner, we have to write this boilerplate code. Then I have created one handler as well as one progress holder as well. Then I have created two input exoplayers, two player views, one button and one progress bar, one file name variable, playback position is 0, play when ready is true. Here we are creating our transformer, in here we are creating our file. Then I have created one local video URL variable as well. Then here we are adding an event listener. Then we are creating our layout params and adding it to assigning it to our linear layout. Here we are creating our player view. setting the height as 500. Then here we are showing all the buttons which we have. So as you can see, even though I'm showing the buttons, they are not displayed in our output. So definitely a bug on React Native side, like it is a relayout issue. I don't have to manually relay out in native Android and Flutter. So this again a React Native issue. So here I have creating our button, giving a text, adding layout params, adding it to a linear layout, setting a click listener. Output player view is similar to input player view. The only thing is it is invisible by default. Here we are creating our progress bar. It is also invisible by default, setting layout params and adding it to linear layout. So these are the two methods which will help you to relay out. So if you call this setup layout hack over here, you will be able to see the play pause button of input player. But there are two issues. Firstly, the input player occupies the entire width and height. Even though I have set the height as 500, I don't know why it occupies the entire width and height. Second major issue is the button overlaps on our input player. So even the button occupies the entire width and height, and because the button overlaps our input player, we are not able to see our input player. So it raises another issue. That's why I'm not using this setup layout hack. So I was using this setup layout hack when I was using Camera X with React Native, like integrating a native Android. For that it worked, but in that case I only had Camera X, right, as a single component. Here I have many components. So yeah, you can play around with it. If you are able to resolve it, do let me know in the comments. This is the input player view method which we are calling from my player manager. So this is how we initialize input player. This is the code for initializing our output player. This is the code for releasing our player. Then we are setting up our transformer. So if our output player is playing some video, we are releasing it. Then we are calling transform video. So here I have said our progress bar is visible, and here as you can see, I am just applying inverted filter. But if you want, you can apply grayscale filter or the SepiaMatrix, which I will show you shortly at the end of the video. Also, if you want, you can apply this effects simultaneously, both like inverted filter and grayscale filter. If you want, you can apply those, or SepiaMatrix as well. But I want to show you them one by one, otherwise the output would be mixture of all them and you won't be able to understand what exactly does what. Then here we are creating our transformer. Here we are creating our media item. Then we are passing our effect which we have applied. We are creating an external file, starting our transformation, and here we are tracking our progress. So here you can see I have added this 500 millisecond delay. The progress state which you saw, the 0, 1 and 2 was coming from this variable, and the 0 to 100 was this variable. So instead of using 0, 1 and 2, you should use names. So for 0, the name is progress state not started. So if you go to the documentation over here, so I'll just show you that as well. So if I click over here you can see 0 is for progress state not started, 1 is for progress state waiting availability, and 2 is for progress state available. Then this is the code for creating external file. This is the code for saving file to external storage. Now I even have copy pasted this from online. This actually does not save file to your downloads directly. It saves file to the DCIM folder, which is the recommended practice. Now this only works on API 29 and above. If you want to support below API 29, you can follow my video on how to save it to downloads directly. Like I don't know how to save it to DCIM folder for below API 29, but saving to DCIM folder a video is the recommended practice. Okay, so just copy paste this code, and here like I told you, we get 2 callbacks on completed when completion is successful. So I have initialized our, like, making output player visible, initializing our output player, saving file to external storage, and hiding our progress bar. On error, we are hiding both output player and progress bar and displaying a toast message. And these are the lifecycle event listener which I was overriding. So in case of on pause and on destroy, we are releasing our player. So yeah, that's it. Now we will have to run code generation. So firstly, you will have to open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project. Before that, sorry, I forgot to tell you, we need to enable the new architecture for Android, right? So search for new arc enabled. It should be present inside gradle.properties of Android. Make this as true. And next you will have to open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project. First you will have to run this command. then you will have to run this command. Then you will have to do cd dot dot, it will move you outside your React Native project. Then you will have to run this command, but instead of rnapp trim, you will have to use your own project name. As you can see, my project name is rnapp trim. Then again run this command, but replace rnapp trim with your own project name on all these 3 instances, over here as well on these 3 instances. Then you will have to cd to the main Android folder which you see, and then run this command. So this will do code generation for Android. So now if you open Android Studio, like open the Android folder inside Android Studio, you should be able to see these folders, the RTN player and RTN permission. Also you will have to install one more dependency called RTN React Native image picker. So this will help us to pick videos from our video picker library. Also go to Android manifest. I have added the internet permission because I want to show you one more output, like applying all these effects to a video which is stored for a video which is stored on a server or on a network URL. This read write external storage because we want to support older Android version and manage external for newer Android versions. Okay, once all this thing is done, and make sure you install this React Native image picker as well. Then if you see my code, I have imported all these 3 libraries. Then I have created an use state for our video URI. I am using window dimension as well. On first button click, I am checking whether you are on above Android queue or not. If yes, I am asking for manage external storage permission. If I have that permission, then I am calling pick video. For devices below Android queue, then we are requesting for read write external storage permission. If that permission is given, then only we call pick video. And if you see pick video, we are filtering by videos. Once user picks a video, we have a URI, we assign it to this set video URI variable, and if once that is not equal to empty, we just display our RTN player native component. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now what I will do is instead of, so where did it go? So instead of create inverted filter, I will apply GrayScale filter, but make sure you add these changes in VS Code as well. Don't do these changes in Android Studio, otherwise your changes won't take effect. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just copy paste this. All the changes which you make inside native code, do it in VS Code. So I have done this. Now I will run all this code generation part again, and I will come back. Okay, so here you can see that I have applied GrayScale filter. I'll click on pick video. I'll pick the original video. It will start playing that original video. I'll click on convert. It will start the conversion for me. So yeah, this is taking a little bit of time because it depends on how big your video is. So the output is ready, and here you can see I have applied GrayScale filter to this particular video. Now I will do the same thing for SepiaMatrix and come back to you. Make sure you run your code generation part again. So this is the third output for applying the SepiaMatrix. So I will just click on the original video and it will start playing it, and I'll just click on convert and it will start the conversion for us. So this will take again little bit of time, so just be little patient. Also by that time I want to show it to you, like how to play the video which is on a network URL. So the only change which you have to make is, here I have this network URL for a video which is present on someone's server. I think it is on Google server. All you have to do is paste this over here. Okay, but the thing which you have to be careful about, I have already given the manage external storage permission, right, in my first output. So I have already have that, but in your case maybe you will have to call this inside use effect or something like that, then only start playing the video. So you will have to change the logic a little bit if you don't want to save the file to external storage. Then you so here you can see this is the output for SepiaMatrix. Okay, and if you don't want to save the file to external storage, then you will have to completely remove this particular code. So I'll show you for a network for this video. So I'll just click on save. Now given that this is JavaScript code, it will just hot reload for us, and here you can see this is the video. If I just click on convert, now this will apply the SepiaMatrix because that's what we are applying over here. So this is the code. And given that this was a short video, the transformation happened pretty quickly. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.